Hello friends and welcome to my YouTube channel Simply Stocks, and today I'm going to talk about the aviation sector and whether this is a very good time to get into the stocks or one should avoid it. So let's get started. First of all, a disclaimer that this is not a stock recommendation and people taking any position into any share that I talk about should do that with their own due diligence and research, and I'm not in favor or against any company that I talk about. Before I talk about the aviation sector, here's a small request to kindly support me on Patreon. Once you do that, it will help me grow the channel, it will help you also ask me questions on a daily basis. Once you get the $10 membership, you will have access to my portfolio, my watch list, and also you can have a view on my podcast. I put a podcast every couple of days or here and then on stocks and on markets. So get that $10 membership and you can ask me questions on anything. For detailed market or company analysis, if you have specific some companies with you, you can directly email me and we can work things out. Now about this sector, it is one of the fastest growing or perhaps the fastest growing sector here in India. People are now preferring more to go by air rather than by train or car, and people are getting more salary, so it is getting more affordable for people to travel by you can say flights rather than traveling by train and spending hours on the tracks. Increase in discretionary income that is aiding the growth. Had 5 years of very positive macro tailwinds from 2015 till now, 2013-14, with the oil being at $20 per barrel or something like that, 2013, 2016, early part of that. Ticket prices are now comparable to train journeys. Yes, they are slightly expensive, but now even common men and people who are earning, you can say, average income here in India of around $1,000 per month is thinking of traveling through, you can say, flight on a regular basis. And there has been a better infrastructure even in second and third tier cities, and that has become an added positive for this sector as a whole. What has been hurting the sector? Absolute shutdown that has taken place from March onwards. So basically, what has happened is these sectors like aviation and railway and other transports like taxi, etc., has got a big hit. So we have seen what happened with Ola and Uber and so on and so forth. Aviation sector was already in doldrums with the kind of economic turmoil that we were going through in 2000, late part of 2018 up till 2020. So year and a half or 16-18 months of turmoil, and then this thing hit us, and that has hurt the sector completely. And even the marquee stock in this segment, Interglobe Aviation, has come out with losses for this quarter, the June quarter numbers. And we can understand that such companies with robust balance sheet and good corporate governance, etc., has had the ability to produce very good profits and came out with losses. So you can understand that how this sector is now facing the real you can say harsh of the reality of this lockdown and whatever has taken place with this pandemic. The resumption of flights and everything is taking a lot of time, and we understand that there could be at least another couple of months before things could at least normalize. Import duties on various plastic products, although it has been reduced by government to a larger extent up till now, but still that has been a major cost for the companies. And with the kind of, you can say, effect of this lockdown, they are not able to make revenues. So revenues and profitability on flights and ticketing, everything is gone. So they are just giving out cost for this import duties, etc. So a sector that is in midst of contradictory, it is a contradictory sector to social distancing norms. So you can understand that whether it is events, sports events or cultural events, music concerts, in which a lot of people would gather at a particular place, and that is absolutely contradictory to what needs to be done in such an environment that we are in today globally. And same goes with the aviation or railways, and that is where all of the trouble lies, and that is where people are more apprehensive in traveling at this point of time. People are scared of traveling at this point of time because they might get the virus, and only those people who are extremely who need to travel, and there's an extreme necessity, they are doing it. And many of them are not doing it through car, and so that's why passenger vehicle sales are increasing a lot compared to travel through air or train, and so that is another deterrent for this sector. And add to this, now investors are also understanding that people are having less discretionary income to spend on their essentials rather than spending on something like traveling later on. So they are saving more. They understand that there are a lot of things that can hit them. uh, Here we had a GST issue in 2016. We had demonetization, sorry, GST in 2018, demonetization in 2016, and now we have this pandemic issue in 2020. So maybe 2 3 years down the line there could be something else hitting us. So people are more attuned towards saving for the future rather than spending on travel and leisure. So, what has been the impact on different types of stocks related to aviation? And I'm not talking of SpiceJet or Interglobe at this point of time or other kind of airlines. I'm talking of ancillary plays as well, something like a VIP or other the taxi ferries, etc. And everything related to airlines has got hit. The whole sector has been hammered, completely out of shape. There has been a P derating that has taken place across the plate, and the companies have recovered, although they have recovered in the past 1 month. But if you look at between February, March till at least June end, there had been no recovery, although other stocks did recover in late May and early June. But aviation did not. It is just recently in this month, in August, that we have seen a surge in the aviation stock, and I'll talk about it later on in this presentation as to why this has happened. But there has been a PE derating all across the globe. Valuations have been attractive till at least July. It has run up a bit, but it even now valuations are attractive, especially in the best of the aviation stock at the moment. Uh, it is extremely difficult to pledge shares at the moment and get loans, like raising capital, although the different companies are trying for that, but it is becoming uh, everything is becoming difficult for the aviation sector companies at the moment, and everyone is avoiding the stocks up till now. So just recently the surge has taken place and people are investing because the stocks had come to abysmal levels. So, whether this sector can recover or not, so there could be high pent-up demand. That's one thing. So, a lot of people are now really have been confined to their homes for the last 6 months or so, and it could continue for the next 6 months. But maybe in April or May next year, we could see a sharp recovery in this sector, and people will start traveling, and there will be a lot of pent-up demand because a lot of people would like to travel at this point of time and just go out and enjoy their life. Low oil prices will be a boost. So about a year and a half back, oil prices shot up to 70 80 dollars per barrel. Right now it's around $40 per barrel. Demand is less, so that would help the airline stocks a great deal in recovering a lot of their losses through tickets, and if the traveling really takes place in a big manner, and there is high occupancy of seats. Infection may peak out in a few weeks, so it looks like with the kind of infections that we are seeing today, that it could peak out maybe by September end or in October, and we could see herd immunity develop. So that could be also a positive, and that could take this sector higher going forward. So, as I mentioned, infection may peak out in, say, a few weeks or at least a couple of months. That's what most of the analysts are expecting. Right now, we are having around 60,000 to 70,000 cases a day. Probably it'll peak out with around 1.5 2 lakh cases a day. Uh, Probably at worst, we could see another 2 months of this thing, 2 to 3 months of these things, and probably November would be the time where things could normalize and we could see flights opening up by Jan Feb. We have chances of having a vaccine coming into the market by Jan Feb or March. Yes, it could take months before everybody gets it and other things take place, but things are getting better on the ground. People are understanding that the infection rate and the death rate for such a pandemic is not greater than 2%, 2.5%, and hence people are more willing to go out now, work and do things. Yes, this could have a detrimental effect and could bite us back, and the rates could increase, but I believe that at least once we will see opening up of the train and the flight network, probably sometimes in the first half of next year, probably February, March, or something like that. So 6 months down the line, we could see a recovery in the number of flights that will run, but then we have to see that how many people would board the flights. But then we'll see the high pent up demand come in, so there would be people traveling for sure. So it is not that the sector is completely gone out of favor, will go completely out of favor and will never recover. It is just that a matter of time, maybe 6 months, a year, before things will normalize, and these sectors will also do well, and that's why buying started to come in these sectors as well. We could see corrections in the sector, but I don't think we'll see the March lows again in either the railways or the aviation stocks, which are trading in the market at the moment. People are itching to travel and lead a normal life, and that is the biggest thing that would take this hotel, aviation, etc. industry go hand in hand, and tourism as well, which has taken a big hit at the moment. So it will take time, but it should recover, and we have seen that globally things are looking much better. So we've seen what is happening in Europe and even in United States with the infection rate going up, but we are seeing that sports events are taking place. There will be a US Open tennis championship that will begin on the 31st of August. They are talking about having people there. There will be the IPL in Dubai. They're talking about people being there in the stadium with social distancing. So things are getting there globally. India may take a bit of time, but we will get there. So probably this is the time to, if you really want to get into these stocks, this is the time would be to get into it with a stop loss. So what needs to be done? In my opinion, you can buy, but have a good 2, 3, 5 year time frame. Do not expect immediate return. At least for the next year or so, you could see losses also. You could see a reversal of your trade when you buy. The stocks may go down, but if you hold on for 3 or 4 years, this could really surge when things normalize. This is the sector that will go up vertically once things really get normal and everything comes back to shape as it was before. One has to be patient with this sector to be rewarded, but have a stop loss in mind. Do not erode your capital. Suppose there will be a second round of infection, third round of it, and there'll be a lot of you can say there could be a situation where no one is traveling and there is a complete stall on flights. Whatever is happening today, it becomes even worse. Then you should have a stop loss in the mind, and also get into the market leading player, and do not get into other stocks. You know about the market leading player in this market. This is not a perennial stock, hence book profits on big surges. So whenever a surge takes place, and you will see the stock move up 50, 60, 100% in 2, 3 months, you need to book profits according to your risk appetite, because this may just come back to bite you, and may come back, the stocks may come back to their own level. So this is not a sector to really continue holding for years. When I said 5 year time frame, it means that you should have a time frame in mind in which you should be able to patiently hold the stock for that surge and then get out. But if it is possible, then look at other sectors as well. Look at the pure consumption plays, and they'll always be more, you can say, in line and in sync, and there will not be high volatility as we have seen in the aviation stocks. So this was my video on the aviation sector. Please like and subscribe my channel, hit the bell icon so that you can get my videos straight away when I post it. Thanks a lot for watching.